I was pumping my gas and I was full on staring at her because you're not about to play with me. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know, but you're not about to play with me. There's a lot of crazy people out here. Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast Unmask, where I connect with myself and people like me, offer story times and lessons I've learned in my life. So, obviously, the last time I was here, I was going through it, right? So I was just having a little bit of an emotional night, and really, that video was literally all the crying I did. I just think that I needed to let it out and let it go, and I did. I did. So I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more productive. I just feel more alive. And like I said in the video, I think I cut it out, but like when life rips your skin open, um, you regrow a new skin on top of that is stronger. And I feel like if in a situation like that, I resorted to drinking alcohol or smoking marijuana, like what I would do is just sorrow in what was going on in my life instead of sorrowing instead of adapting. So what I mean by sorrowing is that once you've, because people normally use substances to distract themselves, the problem is still going to be there after you sober up, and now you're dealing with another problem of maybe your brain fog from the marijuana, or liver damage from the alcohol, or it provides a alcohol gives you a brain fog too, or you're hungover, you have a headache, just different things you don't want to be dealing with on top of that mental toll of whatever you were going through. So anyways, by that I mean sorrowing. Whenever you sit and you just like soak up and you completely victimize yourself, like you're drunk and you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, my life is horrible. My life is so bad. Why do I keep going through this? Why is it always me? Things like that are never gonna help you. They really aren't. So, my best advice is to cry and cry and cry it out. A lot of people avoid the crying period because they just feel like that's defeat. Once you're sitting there crying, then I don't know, you've lost. You've lost against life. And that's the thing, you have to stop fighting life. Just let go. Like I say, like a lot of people say, maybe you don't believe in God, but let go and let God. Because you can really like stoicism, you can't control life. You've never been able to control life. So at this point in life, if you're like trying to control things, then it's just like, okay, so you just woke up one morning and decided that you had that power, and now you're dealing with the consequences. So just let go. Being that, I'm glad I sat in my emotions, understood what I was going through, felt everything. And you're not gonna cry forever. At some point, you just have to cry, and then you don't have any more tears to cry. Like at some point, you run out of tears. So you're just like, okay, well, I did all the crying. I'm gonna watch a movie now. Or, I did all the crying. Maybe I should go to the gym because I still feel kind of angry. Get all that frustration, get it all out. Just sprint it out. Spread it all out. Or another option is journaling. I love journaling. I'm gonna keep advocating for journaling, guys. I don't know. It's just been a great release for years. Even if you take breaks and you're like, oh, I don't feel like writing it. Once you write a full paper of what you believe or how you see things or understanding it from your perspective, it really makes a difference. And you feel like this weight just completely comes off you. It's incredible. But what I was going through, what was that, 3 days ago? What I was going through, some people would say that I was like a crazy thing, but I have a very positive attitude. So Really, no matter what it is, as long as I don't die, then I'm not dead. Like, like, as long, really, I've like weighed out all my options. The worst case scenario, I've weighed out the best case scenario, and I've just decided to look at the best case scenario and just hope and wish that happens. Give my energy more towards the good than the bad. Because if you notice, anytime you give the bad a lot of your attention, that's what happens. And you're like, ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Well, yeah, because you made it happen. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot better if anybody's concerned. Uh, and if you aren't, you aren't concerned, then I'm concerned, and I'm doing good for myself. But like I said on the other video, I was having a bad day, not a bad life. Meaning that things happen. Things happen all the time, and the only thing you do have control over is your attitude towards things. Let's say your car got totaled. Now you can either see, oh my gosh, now I don't have a car. I won't have a car for months or weeks. Or it's going to take a while to build. I know you're going to cry, you're going to scream. But do that for 2-3 days. And you got to get over it. Now you got to look at the future now. Okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Am I going to resort to a bike? Am I going to start scootering? What am I going to do? And at that point, that's what your life has to move on. You have to move on. You can't keep attaching yourself to the past. That's going to ruin you. It's going to ruin you way more than any disaster can ever do to you. I promise you. Even with that, another thing that's going to ruin you is constantly fearing the future. That's also going to ruin your present. That's going to ruin your future and your past, cuz at some point your present is ruined and you're going to look back at it and you're going to be like, "Oh, I was so worried about this could happen, this could happen, this could happen," having anxiety over absolutely nothing. And that just ruined my memories of that moment, which it could have been a great moment if I changed my perspective. It's like going to an amusement park and being angry. Okay, going to an amusement park and the first 10 minutes of being at the amusement park, you drop your ice cream. And the rest of the time you're at the amusement park, you are angry that your ice cream is dropped and you don't have it anymore. Instead of looking around and seeing the families having bonding and having a good time with each other, instead of seeing, I don't know, teenagers going through their teenage emotions for the first time and being left at a park alone, instead of seeing the rides you've never ridden, just different perspectives of things, because along with the bad that's happening, there is a lot of good happening. And if you choose to focus on the bad, of course you live a bad life. I'm just say that as long as you keep focusing on the bad, of course you live a bad life. And people who focus on the good live a good life. Now, me as an example, I've been through a lot, but I do not like going around saying I've been through this, I've been through that, I've been through that. Because I've lived through those things, I've learned the lessons, I've forgiven, and I've let go. And now, I move forward with grace and acceptance. Alright. But yeah, I move forward and I don't really like think about the past. And I'm still learning to forgive. I'm still learning to let go of a little bit of hurt. Maybe that be from parents, relatives, maybe that be from old friends who played on my kindness, on my good heart. Even then, people still till this day, like I was outside today and I had this lady, she asked me if I could give her a ride 15 minutes ago. I mean, 15 minutes away, and I was like, I'm really not going that direction. And what she tried to do is, the reason why I said no to begin with is because as she was explaining the story kept switching up. She was like, well, I walked to this gas station. Well, my neighbor drove me to the gas station, and my dad, he passed 15 years ago, and I live completely alone. See, just different details, and I'm just like, what what is going on right now? And then she proceeds to ask, I think she was trying to butter me up in my emotions, but she proceeds to ask, she says, can you give me a ride 15 minutes away? It just threw me off, was the switching of the story. So personally, internally, I wasn't feeling good about it. And plus, there was a lot of people at that gas station, and I seemed to be the youngest one. And then she chooses to ask me. I don't know why. That rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe she saw that, I don't know, I have the aura of a good grace, or I would help in some way. I don't know. It just threw me off with the switching. It just threw me off. So I said no. I'm going the opposite way, and I can't help. And another thing, after that, I was pumping my gas. I was getting ready to leave, and she just stands there. She stands 5 feet away from my car, and she just stands there, looking at me, staring at me. And it's not like this woman was roughed up. It's not like she looked homeless. It's not like she had it together. She had snacks in her hand, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what her situation was, but I just couldn't help. I couldn't help, and she just stands there staring at me, pumping my gas. And well, she's like looking around. She's looking around. She's not looking directly at me. She's just looking around. But you can tell, but like her peripheral vision was low key, like trying to catch, like look at me. So I was pumping my gas and I was full on staring at her. Cause you're not about to play with me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know, but you're not about to play with me. There's a lot of crazy people out here. And I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was supposed to guilt trip me into be like, well, your story is kind of messed up, and I'm going the opposite way, but come on, girl. No, I had things to do. I'm sorry. I had a long day ahead of me. Even after that, I can't do that. But yeah, she just stands there. Um, Other people are walking inside and out of the gas station. She's still standing 5 minutes away from me. I don't even know what the point of the story is, but that just threw me off. That's the weirdest part of my day, and I've had a long day. That was the weirdest part of my day. But yeah, I don't know what that was. And yeah, thanks for listening to my story. Yeah, that's really all I want to say is to not sorrow in your problems and let go and let God. Goodbye.